Hey guys, my name is Alexandra and I'm super pumped to be here tonight to chat with you guys about fears and hesitations because let's be honest, we've all had them, and me specifically, I probably have every single one of them and more. So just know that it's normal and it's common and you get through them. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys some of the most common hesitations that we have had and that we hear in terms of coaching. And number one is time. So Rye has chatted with you guys about time already, and I just wanted to touch on it. For me specifically, when I first started, I was busy. We are all busy, right? I'm a busy mom of 2 kids with competitive sports, and I didn't think that I would have the time to fit something in, but I had a goal and had a vision, and I knew that if I wanted to be successful and I wanted to grow my business, I needed to sacrifice something. And so for me, that meant waking up an hour early to work my business. And I did that, and it worked. But I had to sacrifice maybe an hour of sleep. So just think about, you don't have to have 8 hours in the day to work your coaching business. You just need an hour of an intentional time to be able to work your business. And so that could be in pockets of time, or that could be in the evening, whatever it is. If you have a goal, then you sacrifice a little bit of time now to be able to have more time and freedom later. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is the money and the investment. You know, how often do we say, I can't afford something? I say it all the time. Like, I can't afford that new line of makeup at Sephora, but guess what? I bought it, right? How many times do we go into Costco and say we're going to spend $100 and we spend $200 or $300? We are all guilty of it. But think about your own health and fitness and how amazing that investment is for yourself. It just so happens that when we invest in our health and fitness, we also are able to start our own business at the same time, which is pretty freaking amazing. We don't have to have any inventory. We don't have to throw parties, none of that. So at the end of the day, the investment that you're making is in yourself and in your health and fitness. So if you don't think that you can afford the $200 investment into your business, think about where you're spending your money and think about how you can save in some other way to be able to spend that money on yourself. So maybe that's avoiding the drive-through a couple of days a week, or buying your lunch at work a couple of days a week, or that dinner out one day a week. Maybe you can sacrifice that to be able to afford it, but it's just making the priority to be able to think about where you're spending your money and how you could potentially move it to another spot. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, social media, and I don't know enough people, but guess what? You totally know enough people. When I first started, I had maybe 50 friends on Facebook and I didn't have Instagram. So I could have used that as an excuse, but you don't need a lot of people right off the bat. You have your inner circle, you have your friends, you have your family, and growing your social media and your following happens gradually over time as you share your journey. And that's just a matter of being consistent and showing up and sharing as you go, and that grows. So you don't need 1,000 followers to be able to be successful. You need 1 person or 2 people or 3 people, and then that just builds. Like, one person tells their friend, who tells their friend, who tells their friend, and then it happens. But don't let that hold you back, because honestly, in our training, we have tons of tips and tools on how you can grow your business, and we are constantly sharing all of that stuff. So just know that it will happen slowly, gradually, but it will happen. So number 4, transformation. And I hear this a lot from people that I want to wait until I have a transformation to start coaching. Why? People don't want to see perfect. People do not want to see somebody who doesn't have any struggles or is just this perfect body. I mean, that's great, but that isn't real to a lot of people. People want to see you going through your journey where you're at right now. And we are all different. We all have a different journey. There's no cookie cutter coach. Somebody may have no weight to lose. Somebody may have weight to gain. Somebody may have 100 pounds to lose. We are all where we are at. And though where you are at right now is how you will connect with your people. right? So the people that I am relating to at this point in my journey may not be the same for the next person who has 100 pounds to lose. But we share as we go, because that is how people relate to you and your own personal journey and your story. For me personally, worried that I wouldn't be relatable because I didn't have a huge weight loss journey. But for me, it was so much more than the weight loss. It was on a mindset and confidence and what the health and fitness has done for me as a mom who just needed something more for me. So as you share your real, honest, raw journey through you going through it is how you will relate to your own people. So it doesn't matter where you're at. Where you're at right now is exactly where you need to be, and is where you'll be sharing and how you will connect with people. And everybody, like I said, everybody has different goals. Okay, probably the biggest one, fear of judgment. So I can remember posting my first coming out post about becoming a coach, and I was so worried about what my corporate boss would think. I almost didn't post it, and I almost let that hold me back. But you care so much more about what other people think than they do. People are worried about themselves and other things to be worried about you. And honestly, if we let fear stop us from achieving our goals and, you know, working on our dreams and our vision for our future, then like, what's the point? You know, I just, fear kills so many dreams for what? Stepping outside of your comfort zone and facing fears is how you build confidence. Taking action and doing things that scare you, regardless of the outcome, is how you learn and how you grow. So my advice is that if you are worried about what other people will think, people are going to judge no matter what. Whether you're coaching, whether you're a mom raising your kids, everybody has their opinions. Everybody has their judgments. They're going to do it no matter what. But it's how you choose to react to other people's opinions and whether you let them affect you and your goals. Because they're your goals. They're nobody else's. They are yours. And it's up to you to decide how you face them. So fear is a good thing. Fear is a great thing. I have been so fearful along my journey of putting myself out there, but every single time that I do, I grow and I learn and I build my confidence, and I am definitely not the same person that I was 4 years ago. So prove people wrong. Last point is fear of failure. Whoa, that's a big one. And honestly, what if you fail? What if you do? The only reason that you will fail in this business is if you quit. If you quit on yourself, if you quit on your health and fitness journey, if you quit on that positive mindset and you let that negative mindset take over. That's the only way you quit. Because failing in this business just means that you're learning, like I said, you're learning, you're growing, you're building that confidence muscle, and you are just working towards that goal and learning along the way. That's it. And honestly, worst case scenario, it's not what you think. You have your health and fitness. You have a positive community of women who are freaking kick-ass. You have new friends. You have a support system. You have accountability. Like, that is huge. And that has been a huge part of my journey. So much of it has been not just the income or, you know, it's been all of those things put together. So honestly, just know that you're never alone. You are never alone. You have a support system, you have a community, you have a coach who will help you in all of this. And I have gone to my coach so many times and told her that I was afraid, and you just keep pushing through. You just keep pushing through, because that is how you will succeed and grow. So that is it. Those are my fears and hesitations. And if you have any questions about any of that, just ask.